I have done Jab We Met. Can you believe that the only film that I have gone to court for is Jab We Met? What could be the controversy, right? Like I've made other films which could have been controversial, but Jab We Met I've gone to court for. There was a non-bailable warrant against me. I could have gone to prison. Someone in Ratlam made a complaint against me that I have defamed the city of Ratlam, which was hitherto famous for chivda, fafda and khakra, into a place for prostitution.
Of course, when it comes to romance in Bollywood film industry, the first name that comes is Imtiaz. And I would like to know how difficult it is to present love story in every time in a different way. Jab We Met was very different. Love Aajkal was very different. When I see a teaser of Main Wapas Aaunga, it is very different. So how difficult it is for you as a filmmaker to present love in a different way every time?
Well, I'm not trying to present love at all as a filmmaker. I'm just compelled to tell a certain story that comes to my mind. And I think because of the way I am or what interests me, it turns out to be something which is later judged to be a love story. I'm not doing it deliberately. I'm not trying to hold it back either. It's just going in that direction. I'm not taking the pressure of trying to present a love story at all. In fact, when I wrote Jab We Met and made it, I was sure this is not a love story.
Yeah.
Because it was not really about, I thought it was more about character transformation, more about somebody becoming somebody else and that somebody else becoming somebody. Like exchanging characters, so to speak. But that was not really about love per se, in my mind. But I'm no one to actually categorize movies. I think it's the audience that decides the genre that they have to fall in. Love Aajkal was, of course, it was called Love Aajkal, right? But even that for me was about how distance plays a role in a relationship. Every story that I have written thinking this is a story, not a love story. It then turns out to be called a love story, but I'm not taking the pressure. I have done Jab We Met. Can you believe that the only film that I have gone to court for is Jab We Met?
Yeah, I think because of some...
Yeah. I mean, what could be the controversy, right? Like I've made other films which could have been controversial, but Jab We Met I've gone to court for. There was a non-bailable warrant against me. I could have gone to prison. They could have stopped shooting Love Aajkal in Calcutta, and because someone in Ratlam made a complaint against me that I have defamed the city of Ratlam, which was hitherto famous for chivda, fafda and khakra, into a place for prostitution. And then, so moral of the story is that any arrow can come from any side, and you can't stop walking on the street because of that. But as a filmmaker, I realized that there's far too much power that I have, and the power is to it has to be managed. The power of communication. So many people watch the movies that any director makes. So there is a sense of responsibility that comes. And what I can say to myself is that to the best and the best of my intelligent ability, I should not try to hurt anyone. Right. And if there is an agenda, I should know it and remove it from the story, because it will weaken the story also. So this particular film is, when you watch it, you'll realize it's not about or against anything at all. Right. It's a very personal story of a person. But I was very sure that this is my intent, so there is no problem. Even in Chamkila, which could have been as controversial as Chamkila was, poor guy, he was killed, right? Now those forces are still around. But I was very clear that this is not intent to hurt the sentiment of anybody at all. And nobody should feel hurt or bad about the film. With that intent, you have to go forward with, and uske upar to phir Bhagwan Malik hai.